What is up YouTube? KM888 here, and once again I'm here with my Pendulum Magician deck for you guys. As you all know, I went to London a couple of weeks ago and I did pretty well with the deck, so I started to build with it. I made some small adjustments, just cards that I had or was able to get, and I was actually already changing the deck for the new format. We did a tournament last weekend in new format already. Which is amazing. We've been able to test, we've been able to went through some really great duels, and at the end of the day I came on top of it. I went 5-0 on a 23-player tournament. Nothing fancy, but at least it gave me a good reason to test the deck out. I'm still missing some cards, which are not included in the deck right now, but I will definitely make an update as soon as I get those cards. But for now, the deck is as it is, and I'm going to showcase it to you. So still, of course, the triple Joker. Joker is your main card. I mean, why would you run it at a lesser amount? One Performapal, Pendulum Sorcerer. Actually, just like the card at 1, you'll search with Duelist Alliance when you need it, and opening with it it's okay. So I mean, playing more than 1 isn't needed in my perspective. Triple Wisdom Eye, of course your best combo starter. If you have it and another magician, you just go off, so yeah. The most important magician, bar Wisdom Eye, is in my eyes a double iris, since it searches you the trap. And the trap card wins you so many games. Just search your trap out. If you're not going to be able to get your trap, you have a way bigger chance to lose your game. So just go for the trap first, if you can't get it off twice, so yeah. I'm still a fan of triple Black Fang Magician because the first turn it's bad if you go first, because your opponent doesn't have a monster on board to use your Black Fang's effect. But after that, like, what I mostly do is turn 1 I won't use my Black Fangs unless they're in my hand to go for a combo plays, stuff like that. But if I have to search monsters, I just leave this one out. I just don't use it. And turn 2, most of the time I use this card 3 times, or even 4 times with Oath Dragon Magician. The combos you do with this card is crazy. You can just link a lot further, go into a lot of powerful link balls. So I really want a Borrowlow Dragon, but I don't have one yet, which is sad, but I actually needed it for the event a couple of times and I wasn't able to make it, so I just went to Firewall. It's still possible to make some good plays, but Firewall is lesser viable in this deck than Borrowload is, so yeah. Triple Harmonizing Magician, card is nuts. If you just open a pendulum, a full pendulum scale, and you have this, you can already go into some plays of the deck, so it's really great. Triple Purple Poison Magician, in my eyes, actually the least needy one. You don't need this one as much, but it's necessary in the deck because it's such a good card to pop. But the fact that it's a scale 1 is so important. You have a low amount of scale 1s in the deck, or just low scales in general. You have a lot more high scales, like Double Iris, Wisdom Eye is actually a scale 5, so you can use it as a high scale. The Joker is a scale 8, the Black Fang is 8, Harmonizing is 8. You just all have scale 8s, and just this one is scale 1, so it's really good. Oath Dragon Magician, I'm still only playing 1. I don't like 2, because, well, bar the fact that you might banish one of the desires and keeping 1 in the deck, it's actually great. But if you draw too many Oath Dragons, I really don't like it, so yeah. Double Astrograph Sorcerer at the moment. Sometimes playing with 1, sometimes playing with 3, sometimes with 2. I just can't seem to get a good amount of this card. It can brick, but it can also be good, and just the fact that it's a scale 1 is actually still decent. So at the moment playing 2 and it's working out, so yeah. And then I've seen the deck from someone at YCS London, and I just decided to main deck it, the one Witch of the Black Forest. The card is actually bunkers. It searches Maxeed, searches Draw and Lock. It searches, and like most of your magicians have low defense. Like Joker even has 800 defense, and everything else like the Wisdom is 1500. The I believe the Double Iris has 1000 or something, or yeah, I don't know. Like Harmonizing has 0, Black Fang has 800. You can just search them all out. Sure, you can't activate the cards in your scale at that point, but you can Pendulum summon them with your massive summon, so it's actually pretty good. I'm going to show a little combo at the end of the video with the Witch of the Black Forest, so I'm definitely going to... So you guys know what you're supposed to do with it. Then for hand traps, triple Ash Blossom Enjoy Spring, card is nuts. Just hits most of the cards. Double Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit, I actually like this card a lot at 2. At 3 I think it's too much because double drawing it is terrible, but just having the 1 is amazing. Double Draw and Lock. Why it isn't such a big Spyral format anymore. Like from all the 5 matches that I had, I only had to go up against 1 Spyral. But the fact that I still had double draw and lock was awesome, because with Witch of the Black Forest I could just search it, and then the turn afterwards I searched 1 again, so he couldn't do anything at certain points, so yeah. And the 1 Maxi. If you don't know what you're up against, most of the time you're gonna search the Maxi, because you have the chance to draw into your other hand traps if they still decide, hey, I wanna go off. So yeah. That's it for the main deck, for the monsters at least. Still a lot of monsters, but yeah. Then for the spell cards, triple Pot of Desires. Desires is just broken. I mean, in the deck you run so many copies of every card, you really can play this at 3. The only things that I play at 1 that are sad to banish is like the Oath Dragon, maybe the Pendulum Sorcerer, which I don't mind that much. The Witch of the Black Forest is actually kind of sad sometimes. And then, as you're going to see, one of my spells is also a one-off. So, yeah. The Triple Duelist Alliance searches a lot of good things in deck. I've opted to reinstall the 1 Pendulum Call in my deck. If you get Ash Blossomed, you're kind of fucked. But you can still go off with your other cards, and maybe you don't lose. But just make sure that you use this as a last resort, because they are going to... If you play Duelist Alliance, they are going to wait for you to activate that Pendulum Call. Most of the players don't Ash Blossom Duelist Alliance. They want to go for the Pendulum Call because they think you're gonna search it. So you can just search like a double Iris Magician or the Star Pendulum Graph, which I also only run 1 of, and which is also sad if I banish it from Desires. Star Pendulum Graph is needed in the deck, and you might think I'm gonna play 2 because I don't want to banish it, but the advantages of playing only 1 actually outweigh the bad parts of drawing 2. So yeah, I actually opted only to play 1 and it's working out, so yeah. And then double Time Pendulum Graph. Trap card is amazing. It's definitely one of the best cards in the game right now. Just to have an untargetable sending effect is so good. It's amazing, so yeah. That's it for the main deck. At the moment it's 41 cards, I believe. Don't quote me on it. But I do believe it's 41, and it's actually working out really great. I'm gonna still change a couple of things maybe, but I need to work something out with cards that I'm searching for, so yeah. Then for the extra deck, 1 Time Star Magician. Time Star is amazing. I kind of wish I had the room to have a second one, but 1 is most of the time enough, so yeah. 1 Performance Piece Magician, basically in here for Chain Burn and the Trickster deck, because Tricksters are really coming up and they are taking one of the top positions at the moment. If you summon this and they can't do anything about it, you win, so yeah. The 1 Tornado Dragon card is mostly used in your own combos, popping the double Iris. As soon as we have the heavy Metalfoe's Electrum card, this card is gonna be lesser used in the deck, because you don't need to pop anything with your Tornado Dragon. You can just do it with the heavy Metalfoes. Still playing the Dweller. Was kind of underwhelming this tournament. I haven't faced any ABCs, but if I had, I think this card might have been better. But if I need more space for anything else in the future, I think Dweller is gonna come out one of the first cards, so yeah. Bagushka, nothing to say about it. This card is bonkers. But one time I needed to get out of a situation, so I summoned him. Everything of the opponent went to defense, and I thought I could still win the game, but he top decked the Kaiju, so it was kind of funny. I lost that game, but in total I still managed to win, so I was happy. Bagushka, definitely one of the best cards in the format right now, so yeah. Utopia package. I didn't play the Utopia package at London, but looking afterwards and realizing that I'm still missing a couple of cards for my extra deck, I actually went with the Utopia package to try and use it, and I've seen myself going to it like 3 or 4 times during the entire tournament, and it won me the game every time, where else I might have had some problems if they used their grave effects. But just the fact that you can attack and they can't use grave effects is really good. So yeah, Utopia package is definitely going to stay into this deck, I think. It's an option you can run, but you have to choose which cards you are going to drop because of it, so yeah. For Synchros, I'm still playing the Alignment Paladin. I haven't summoned it once during the entire tournament, 5 rounds. The fact is, I don't play many spell cards. I have Duelist Alliance, I have the Star Pendulum Graph, Pendulum Call, and Desires. And on Desires, you don't want to use it because you can't afford banishing another 10. You're not gonna use it on Duelist Alliance because why would you? After turn 1 you have an established board, you can't use double Duelist Alliance in 1 turn. And the only thing you actually want to use it on maybe is the Pendulum Call or the Star Pendulum Graph. It gets destroyed, so you hardly ever summon this guy. It might come out for something better in the future, so yeah. 1 Psyframe Lord Omega card is really good. It helped me a lot, so yeah. Beals of the Diabolic Dragons. With Spyral having lessened in popularity, True Dracos are somewhere popping up. So this card is actually pretty good. Just going to a 3000 attack beater that can't be destroyed. It's also really good with Trapeze Magician, so yeah, that's the thing. Supreme King Dragon Clearing. Basically just when you want to wipe the board. It's really funny. My opponent had a board with Deco Talk, which I couldn't target. Just went into this and cleared their board that way. I don't play Raigeki in the main, or Dark Hole, or Kaiju Slumber, so this thing is nearly the best replacement. And then the final synchro is Ignis of Prominence, the Blasting Draco Slayer, or whatever it's called. The card is bunkers. If you have a mirror match, you can just pop their card and send something away. If you don't have the mirror match, you can just use this effect normally to pop your Double Iris or your Black Fang. So yeah, the card is really, really good. That's it for the synchros. I'm actually playing 3 more Link monsters. First of all, a Kazik Magician. This card is really important in the fact that you can go for Link summons. So you can revive it with Black Fang, you can protect it with Purple Poison. It's really good as a Link too. Also, it's really a good really viable card for your Witch of the Black Forest combo, which I'm going to show you in a minute. Deco Talker to go further into your plays, and then the 1 Firewall Dragon, which I'm definitely gonna hope to replace by Borrow Load once I have it. I might keep the Firewall, because if you go Firewall with Borrow Load next to it, you can actually make some other plays with the Firewall, get back the Maxi from your graveyard, stuff like that. But yeah. Now people are thinking, but how does he get his Maxi in the graveyard that much? That's not viable at all. Well, technically speaking, I think I got Maxi every game turn 1. The thing is, with the Witch of the Black Forest, here it is. Like, I'm just gonna show the most standard combo. If you have Purple Poison in your scale, along with any high scale, like a Black Fang, I'm gonna zoom out a bit because this is pretty close up. So yeah, like this. So low scale, high scale, and you just Pendulum summon a Harmonizing Magician. The thing about this one is that you can special summon another Magician from your deck, so let's assume Double Iris. At this point you're gonna overlay, you're gonna go into your Time Star Magician. There we go. You're gonna detach, goes to the graveyard, and you're gonna search Witch of the Black Forest. Now at this point, just normal summon the Witch, and you're going to link out. Everything goes to the graveyard, and you're going to link into your Akashic Magician. Now, at this point, Witch has gone to the graveyard, so you have the option to search for anything with 1500 or lower defense. This means you can search the Maxi, you can search the Droll and Lockbird, or you can search like any of the other magicians with 1500 or less defense. most of the time, if you don't know what you're up against, you're gonna go into the maxi. If you know it's Spyral from round 2 or 3, or you just heard it, stuff like that, you can opt to go for the draw and lock. Most of the time, you're gonna go into the maxi, because even if you drop it, you have the chance to draw one of your 2 draw and lock birds, so it's really, really awesome. Basically, that's your little combo if you don't open up a lot, but if you open up a lot, you can just do it while you're comboing off, so it's really awesome. Also, it fills up your grave with a couple of Pendulum monsters, which is amazing for later on with the Black Fang Magician. If it's turn 2 and this thing is gone, you can just revive it with the Black Fang, go for another Black Fang, revive something else, you can link with that, make a Deco Talker, then third Black Fang, summon the Akashic again, summon something else, make another link, go from there. That's basically the way I've been playing this tournament, and it actually went off pretty darn well. So yeah, it was really, really good for me. And then for the side deck, I had it lying behind me, I forgot to place it on the table. The side deck was actually just made on the last bit of time that I had on the tournament. It's something... on a locals, it's just, you have to watch out for other cards, you have to watch out for other decks, so the side deck is going to be a little bit different. But in total, I've gone with these cards. So, oh, let's zoom in a bit again, like this. First of all, 2 Zafion the Time Lords. I only went with 2 because I can actually surge this out with my Witch of the Black Forest. And if I went for that combo and I'm up against True Draco, I can just surge the Zafion. And if they break my board, I can just normal summon it and poke. So you can still go first against True Draco, just surge this one instead, which is actually amazing as well. So yeah, only went with 2, so... I think it worked out. I actually used this against Spyral as well, because I was afraid of the sleeper combo. You can just summon this, attack, and then you put their equip and their field spell, everything back into the deck, which is actually kind of funny. I haven't done that, but because I drew it, I summoned it, and I won in time, so it was kind of funny. 1 Kaiku, the Ghost Destroyer. I still like this card, even after YCS London, after the tournament. Any deck that banishes from their graveyards, any deck that revolves around the graveyard, like Zombie Slice Orange, just summon this and it's practically done. So the card actually made me win the finals, so it's really, really good. After that, was playing double Cosmic Cyclone. After this, I'm probably going to run 3. 2 of each card was kind of random, but I didn't know what to pick, so I just slapped in a lot of cards, so yeah. Also, double Wavering Eyes for mirror matches, or other Pendulum decks, you never know, on the locals, so it actually won me 1 game, because they tried to Wavering Eyes me, and I just Wavering Eyes them back. So it's really good. And then for Evenly Matched, I actually played it to go second 3 times. And to go first, I really wanted to counter it, so I went with the Artifact engine of 3 Sanctums, the 1 Scythe and 1 Lancia. If you go first and you draw Sanctum, you can just, if they go into their battle phase, you can just flip it, go into Lancia, and when they activate Evenly Matched, you can tribute this card off. If they don't use the Evenly Matched, then you just keep it on the field, so it doesn't really matter. That's actually the amazing part of it. And if you go up against something like Spyral, they try to make their plays, you can just go into Scythe, and they can't go into their extra deck anymore, and you win from there. So yeah. That was it for my side deck for this locals. Of course, this is like you choose what to play, so yeah. But anyway, that's it for the deck. I really liked playing the Pendulum Magicians again, and I'm definitely going to work around, with it some more. So yeah, that was it for the video. Like, comment, subscribe, whatever, you know. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. See ya!